All right, let's see what we got here. I haven't even zipped up my suit yet.
Bass or
so far,
crappie?
Yeah, so far we got a northern, a bass. What do you got on this one? Just a small minnow?
Small minnow, yep. Small minnow. Oh, there he is through the ice.
Dude, hold that up there. That's one thing that I've always loved about you, Chris, is that you're always on the hunt for these different bodies of water.
Now, this is a golden shiner here. Medium golden shiner on a glow hook, which left of the glow paint. Small fatheads on the crappie tip-ups. Small bait for big fish.
That's the second bluegill. First one was a little small, but we'll take them like that all day long. Number 2 hammered gold. Still hammered gold, but I had to downsize a little bit. We got a lot of panfish in the area, so. Still got the hammered gold though.
See that fish, he's going the opposite way of me.
You know what it feels like?
What?
Crappie.
Oh, if it's a crappie, it's gonna be a dandy. He's got a ton of line out.
Bluegill.
Oh my. Hold that slob up.
Who gets
on
a bluegill tip up?
On a minnow.
On a minnow.
Holy cats. That's something.
Close his mouth. What does that say, Thomas? 9 1/4. Say goodbye, little buddy.
Exciting part. What is it?
Oh, holy man! Look at the size of that freaking bluegill. That's a bluegill.
That's a
Yeah, a freaking huge one.
You gotta measure that.
I'm not gonna say we were targeting them, but I kind of was. I put a real tiny minnow on there because I heard there were some big bluegills in here, and I ran it right above the weeds like that. So your smaller bluegills normally can't handle those, but a big one like that will absolutely eat a minnow. So
I said this was not gonna be a tip-up show.
Flag looks like it's a little froze. It's at half mast today, this flag.
Oh, I see that. Boy, I'll tell you, you know what? That's 2 big bluegills we've caught on tip-ups now. I don't even know how big that one is that Terry caught out there.
This is gonna be not a big gill.
No, that's gonna hopefully a big walleye. Now we're off the weed line here, and you actually had a golden shiner on here earlier, and you had 2 flags, and then you basically went to a smaller minnow on here, huh?
Correct, yeah. I downsized because thinking maybe there's crappies or perch out here, but obviously there's some big game fish running around here as well.
Oh my gosh. Oh, gee. I should have known, right? Kevin Van Dam Jr. here, right? Right? Oh my gosh. Bass-o-matic. Why is it every time we fish with you, it's bass, bass, bass? You know how many meals, how many kids, you could have fed both your kids with that, all 3 of your kids with that.
My kids are gonna have to go to McDonald's now.
Right. I'd rather eat the bass. Me too.
back on the ice. It's not very thick, but ooh, that looks good. Take that. It's a good eater. It's a good start. That's why we put a couple of these in shallow. We're kind of spreading these out going down the break, and so these we've gotten about 8 feet of water fishing above the weeds and seeing if there's any perch in shallow, and sure enough we found some, so we'll keep her going.
Oh, nice crappie.
There you go. Hello, beautiful crappie. Nice crappie right there. He ate that jig. Love that pink jig.
You know, the great part about Eskimo too is, you know, they pretty much have a line for pretty much everything. And you know what? I love their chairs. I love the sweatshirts, the clothing they have, and of course the shelters are incredible. So it's kind of nice. Hey, I'm kind of like blended right into this chair today. If you're comfortable, you're gonna fish longer. Big crappie?
Yeah, it's a big crappie.
Oh! Ah! Oh my gosh! Oh!
That's disappointment right there.
Oh! Again, tight to bottom or not?
No, it's just first drop, putting it down and getting it up high. Oh, that's a sad day. Did you at least get to see that fish? I know I did.
Got another
Oh, I
crappie.
see him over here.
Let's see if we can land
Oh,
this
look
thing.
at the size of that one. Holy man.
Let's see if we can land this one.
That might be 15 right there. That is getting there for sure. Hold that thing up.
13 7/8. There, we finally landed one.
I'm fishing in style today. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the day. I'm gonna jig up a storm. You guys take care of all the tip ups. Got a brand new quick fish shelter. And I am gonna sit in my chair, watch my Vexlar, listen to all these guys fight, and catch a pile of fish. I got a really big one. Hey, you guys are laughing about me setting up this shelter, but I'll tell you what, I just missed another good one. And, oh, look at the size of this crappie. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Come on, girl. Here's another key to setting up a shelter, especially when you're fishing big weed pockets like this, is I can literally see my line going right through this milfoil. Before I said to myself, you know, I'm gonna set up my quick fish here, and I'm gonna be able to visually see my jig going through the pockets instead of getting hung up all the time. And look what happened right there. I'm in about 9-10 feet of water, and these weeds are super thick down here. And it really works out good because what I'm doing is basically getting the fish to come up to my bait, and then I'm just raising it real slow. And every time, that's how these fish are hitting it, you know? And if I didn't have that down there, it'd be a lot harder because I don't know when to lift and when not to lift. So again, just kind of working them fish and being able to see them. You know, I'm starting from the bottom, and when I see them following it, sometimes it'll take, you know, 3-4 feet before they'll actually hit it. And then when I see them disappear, then I'll drop right back down to the bottom and just kind of wait again till I see the next fish appear at my bait. Then again, just work them back up like that. Woo! I'll tell you what, this is a dandy. Look at him right there. Look at him through the ice. Holy man, can you guys see him? Look at, there he goes. Holy man. Woo, woo. Oh,
Damn, Blair!
all you can do is absolutely giggle. That is a dink. Pounding that bottom and just watching that FLX30, just basically watching these fish come up, and just like what Chris was doing, I keep kind of raising it, and I pause it for that split second, and boop, they throttle it. You know, basically darkening everything up in here, and you know, again, when you look down there, it's just absolutely solid milfoil. And them fish are just laying suspended in that milfoil. They're coming in real tight, and then I'm getting them to come up onto that bait. That's what's getting them to trigger right there. Got another good one here. Oh, big gill, really big gill. Look at the size of that gill. Boy, you can see how thin that ice is. Man, big gill, big gill. Man, I cannot get over the quality of the fish today that we're catching. I'm loving it today. I'm nice and warm watching these fish down there. This one just absolutely, wait till you see all the milfoil that's coming up with this fish. He wrapped himself around all that. Holy man. At least what he's doing is they're opening me up a good pocket here. Dirtied up the water a little bit. And I'll tell you something, you know, a lot of people don't like milfoil, but milfoil, when you talk to a biologist, is probably one of the best weeds to hold fish on.
Beautiful daylight today, sunny out, no wind, 36 degrees, and Sally's in a shanty with a heater on. Go figure.
Kind of feels like Florida in here.
Feels like a good one. Of course, he's buried in the weeds.
Yeah, I can see it.
He's buried in the weeds. There you go, nice crappie. Hey Larry, how's it going in the shack?
Going good, but I can't get the high ones. How's it going out there?
Not bad. It's warm and sunny out here.
He'll get 4 feet down anyways. We'll just put a little knot in his spool. So he'll get 4 feet of line out and 15 feet of water, and bait won't go down any further. That's what he gets for sitting in here in 80-degree weather. Beautiful out here where it's 35, right? Sally.
Good one.
Oh, Chris, you're just absolutely killing me. Ooh, that is a giant, another nice one. Hold that one up. Now that's legit 14-inch plus crappie. We got to talk about this, man, because here's a prime example where a lot of people with their electronics really struggle as far as trying to read it. You know, I mean, you're using just a cheap rod, cheap reel, nothing to it, and you're out fishing pretty much everybody. So the bobber is set, so you know it's a foot and a half off
the bottom.
Okay.
Yep. And all we're doing here is, I know these fish are riding up higher in the water column, and the way this works is this bobber here, see the way this bobber's bouncing, and that's implicating a jigging, fluttering action down to that.
So why can't you
jig.
do it without the bobber?
You're not going to get that.
You're not going to get that action, right?
Exactly. And I'm slowly popping it, stopping it, popping it, stopping it. And I'm watching. What I'm basically doing is watching this line. See this line is straight down.
Yep.
When a fish hits it, the fish will come up. See how this line goes limp?
Right.
And that's how you know there's a fish on there. And sometimes they'll, pull it on you. But most of the time when we're lowering it down, it'll go limp like this. And that's how you know when you got the fish on it.
So, I mean, you guys at home that are like me that love to use the Vexilar, you can do the same thing by just putting a bobber on like this. It gives that jig a totally different action.
Exactly.
You're getting a lot more performance out of it because I hope they understand of what the bobber is actually doing, Yeah. It's weighted right here, okay? The bobber's obviously got the weight, and it's rocking that jig back and forth just absolutely perfectly. So when is it too shallow or when is it too deep that this wouldn't work?
I like anything under 10 feet of water.
Okay, under 10.
Under 10 feet of water, so I can lift it up in one swat.
Okay.
Anything deeper than that, then it's definitely rod in real time.
Again, just shaking. You're not putting the bobber in the water at all. You're keeping the bobber above the water.
Correct.
Awesome, Chris. Hey, you guys got one out there? 3 of them. Oh my gosh, they got 3 out there. Hey, Thomas, what the heck are you doing standing there? Get out there. You get another one?
Nope, nothing to see here, Larry.
Oh, Chris, you're killing me. How high up was he?
Just another nice eater-sized crappie. Actually, we're letting these go.
Tell you what, I just stepped out of the shack for a minute, grabbed my rod. Yep, and here we go. I'm loving these crappies right there. Again, just fishing that super thick weeds right there. And just kind of mimicking what Chris was doing before, just kind of working that jig up about a foot, 2 foot, and letting it go back down. The only thing different is I'm using a little bit lighter rod and no bobber, but he's still out fishing me.